just having a basic conversation, but first and foremost, just gonna introduce Everybody Eats. Everybody Eats is a food coordinating venture between residents, natives of Atlanta, farms, nonprofits, and LLC. We are creating a Black-owned and operated food system in Asheview Heights, which is one of the first planned African-American communities in the city of Atlanta, right on the outskirts of Morehouse College. Why are we doing this work?
Tell us, come on.
Thank you. Why are we doing this work? We're doing this work because at a rudimentary, at a fundamental level, we know that everybody eats. And if we can be honest with ourselves, or if we even just kind of skim world history and how things were kind of created, we all know that civilization was created around a stable agricultural setting. Are we in agreement still?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you had to have a stable agricultural setting or own and operate your own food system for your community to thrive. Are we on the same page here?
Yes.
All right, great. And so, with that being said, African Americans have been not given the privilege of owning and operating their food systems, what I like to call from seed to shelf. Now, I'm real specific about language, all right? You might hear some very catchy terms out there, local food systems, all right? If a local food system, can somebody tell me what a local food system is?
It's a food system that's local.
All right. What's the opposite of a local food system? Walmart. And so, with that language, it never still defines the ownership of it. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be very specific about that. And that's why we don't use like farm to table or farm to school. I ain't clowning none of those terms. But I'm just being very specific that I want to make sure that African Americans have an ownership in operating from the whole entire supply chain from seed to shelf. What does that look like in logistics? It looks like a Black farmer growing up some delicious collard greens, okay? And those delicious collard greens getting on a truck that's owned by a Black trucking company. Thank you for the whistle. That is sexy to hear, all right? And then it going to a Black grocery store in a Black community. I hear the enthusiasm because it sounds great, but it almost sounds damn near fanciful. Why?
Brainwashed.
Why?
Never been done before.
Red line. Not giving us 40 acres. Making it illegal for us to grow food sometimes in public spaces. Disrupting the genders of the trees, fruit trees that are grown in your communities, and only isolating and allowing them to grow only one kind. It gets deep on how much they want to make sure that every time you eat. Tell me this. What is the food tax in Georgia? Anybody?
7%, right?
I think it's 9%.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know.
From 3 to 9.
Yeah, I mean, somebody do it, so we can know before the end of this video. But what we call a tax is based on governance. Are we still on the same page?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if hypothetically the food tax is in between a range of 5 and what we say 30 something. There's a lot of ranges out there. But let's just say that that food tax is that. And it goes to those people who govern your food. Let's think about governance of your food and owning and controlling and operating your food. If the person that makes your collard greens is outside of your community, they govern your collard greens. If they're connected to a truck in a grocery store to get to your shelf, to then get to your refrigerator, they govern your food supply. And let's just say for every stop on that food supply chain, a white farmer from Alabama gets 15 cents. The trucking company gets 15 cents. The greedy CEOs at the grocery store, you know they're gonna take 25 cents. All right? And so you add up all these numbers, maybe throw 10 or 15 more percent in there for all of the administrative staff that's probably still not of color or in your community. And then you have literally 85 cents going directly out of your community every time you take a bite out of anything. What kind of shit is that? How are you going to ever build up your community when you're always tied to consuming the people who don't even have your politics in your community? Who don't care about the type of education that your children get? Why is it so important to own from seed to shelf? Well, let's just think about it like this. Who has a shitty corner store in their community? You know how much they pull in regardless of how none improvements that they make? You know how much they bring in on average? $500,000.
Damn.
And do those owners show up at your cookout?
No.
Where they from? Where's that money going?
New York. No,
You see what I'm saying? If we had $500,000 that we can invest because we own the food structure, the food process, if we own that $500,000, we can invest in so many opportunities for our communities. But more than anything, we'll have the foundation that every other thriving civilization has had to advance their communities. It is the economic foundation of a food system that you own and operate to bolster and propel your community towards thriving. That's the basics of what everybody eats together is all about. I know black food systems is a foreign concept. I know sometimes it may be a hard conversation when we're talking about these things, but I'm glad that we can have these conversations because I'm leading in these conversations simply by asking people if they eat. Do you eat food? Have you ever been hungry? Do you know how civilizations are born and thrive? If we can come to agreements that those things are important, and if we are truly talking about equity or black lives or making sure that communities are local and thriving, we have to talk about the rudimentary foundation of owning and operating your own food system to secure that every time people eat, they are propelling their community to newer and higher heights. So I'm here to answer any questions about the history of Everybody Eats, what we've done so far, what we're doing now, how can you help, and looking for spades partners. I haven't played spades in a while. Yeah, volunteer days and all that other stuff. So yeah, any questions?
Yeah, how do we volunteer? How do we help out you and your community? Because it sounds like you're about community, so how can we join yours?
Absolutely. Well, we are going to be having our volunteer work days on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. We're going to be really focused on knocking on doors. Anybody have any canvassing experiences here?
Yes, Girl Scouts.
That's it.
That's a strong arm.
Come on.
It's like Girl Scouts and Jehovah's Witnesses.
Not on every door in the city.
They're somewhere in the same echelon.
Yes.
I can see them at like an alley fight. Ooh, this is Anchorman style. Everybody see Anchorman? So I don't know. Girl Scouts have technical skills. Jehovah's Witnesses have the Lord. I don't know. What's your faith in, right? It's like
They don't give out cookies though. I don't know.
I don't want to see that fight. I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to see them eating food together.
Hey.
But Go ahead, my brother.
All right, so it's not a question, but I want to expound on something that you spoke about earlier.
Talk.
Like, people don't know, like, the thing you said about separating genders and trees. Like, to beautify Atlanta, they made it so only male trees would be on the streets, so they won't drop, like, acorns and stuff like that, or the seeds. So we have a problem of growing trees right now in Atlanta, and that don't get spoke about enough out here. But that's just one small aspect. I mean, all the other stuff you're doing, urban gardens and things like that. If we do that, we can make a difference out here. Like, for real.
Real talk. You sprinkling a little history of what's going on around here, right? Any more questions? How do you get in touch or anything?
How do we help volunteer and stuff?
As a matter of fact, please take out your phones and let's get my Instagram followers up.
Yep.
For Everybody Eats Together. Everybody Eats ATL is our Instagram. Please follow us, Everybody Eats ATL, which also happens to be our Cash App. So if you love this speech, you can also Cash App your boy $1. I don't want to pass my hat around, but I will. But again, Everybody Eats ATL is our Instagram. So please check that out. We have a lot of links in our bios. We have links to garden classes. We have links to the TED Talk that we recently just did.
Yeah.
We have links to our GoFundMe. We have links to how you volunteer and become an intern. So please, guys, check all of our sites out and check out this work that we're doing. All right?
Yes.
Woo.
Any other questions? Questions. He has a booth down there too. So if you guys have any more questions or want to get like more one-on-one time, he'll be down there. But other than that, please give it up for Shawn, y'all. He's doing great things for the community, especially the Black community. So everyone just needs to get tapped in any way that you can help. Yes.
I want to say one more thing. I really fuck with this event. Like, I get it. Like industry plants, the mixture of people. I'm a native Atlantan, and this food work that I do is because I was like literally one of these nappy head, hungry ass boys trying to make it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, with all the gentrification, sometimes I do not want to see white people. I'm gonna be 100 with you. But this environment, it reminds me of the overall true sentiment of Everybody Eats, is that everybody does eat. And when you're having these conversations, you can just meet some of the dopest people. So like this event around food, talking about food, organizing around food, so fucking dope. Like, yo, make some noise for industry. I feel revived. I feel supported. I need y'all. I need us to be together. I need us to eat together. That's it, man. I need us to eat together, man. That's it, man. That's it.
Yeah.
Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Yeah, so.
Yeah. We got the chef.
Y'all ready for the Industry Plants dinner party? Yeah.
I've met you, man. You've invited me onto your farm. It's just been dope. Like, what you see here is what you're gonna fucking get. And it's just so raw, just so dope. Like, you're really amazing. And the things that you're doing for the Black community and Atlanta in general is just, that's why I want to give you this platform. This is what Industry Plants is all about. We're all about community. We're all about connecting people to other things that are actually moving and shaking in this space that we're in. So, thank you so much. Listen, we got a raffle. Boy, you better bring it. Hey, get your tickets out, okay? Y'all bought the raffles, we're done. Let's see.
97202 08. 972-8208.
And once going twice. All right, next one. Let's pick another one. As soon as they lose, it's okay.
9728226.
Hey! We got a winner! Stick your hand in the box or pick something out. You already got it. Hey! This is a Mike Original. You got it, Queen. You better frame that, post it. Do it all. Yeah, we'll take that. Thank you so much. But y'all, please give it up for Shawn one more time. Yeah. Make sure you guys stick around for open. I'm probably going to start open in a couple of minutes. Maybe like 10, 15, 10 minutes. Okay, guys? So please stick around. Give it up for yourselves for being here, for real. Thank you, guys. Come on, come on.